Today we are going to be talking about how to define your goals as a freelancer. Here's what I cover in this video. Coding versus no code. What don't you want? Creating a timeline. Smart objectives. Where do you see yourself 3 years from now? And essential skills for success. Let's start with coding versus no code. It's a fundamental question, but what do you want? Do you enjoy coding and want to code websites for 8 hours a day? Then make sure you hire someone with operations to deal with clients, or partner with someone, or even outsource this part of your business. Do you want more time, freedom, and flexibility? Then use no-code solutions to make websites fast and enjoy the extra time to play tennis or golf or do whatever you want. Maybe you might even enjoy a hybrid approach with coding, but not wanting to work 8 hours a day. It doesn't matter what it is, but it's important that you work towards this. Also, I found there to be a misunderstanding of what it actually means to be a freelance web designer or developer. The bottom line is that you are making websites. And the reality is you don't even need to know how to code to make these websites. So don't get caught up on wanting to learn HTML, CSS, JavaScript, React, Mongo, and everything else. This is not the route everyone needs to take to make websites. In fact, most high-earning freelancers don't even know how to code. And if they do know how to code, generally it's a basic understanding of it. So you can think of coding as helpful, but definitely not a requirement. Actionable step number 1. Weigh your options, consider your interest and skill level, the type of projects you want to do, and the time you want available. Now let's move on to what it is that you don't want. This question helps for those who are unsure of what they do want. Some examples may be, I don't want to ask someone permission to go to the beach, at 11 o'clock in the morning. I don't want to ask someone permission to go on vacation. And I definitely don't want to have set lunch break hours. I also don't want to struggle financially. And I don't want to be working 10 or 12-hour days as a manager, even if I'm earning a great income. And probably most importantly, I don't want to miss time with my wife and my kids as they grow up. Once you have these I don't wants in place, then you can start thinking about what you do want. The more I don't wants you have, the more you'll realize that you'll need a flexible job, or you might even realize that you need to do your own thing. Actionable step number 2. Make a list of your I don't wants and really think about them and what you can do to avoid them. Next is timeline. Setting up a realistic timeline is critical. Your timeline should be flexible enough to accommodate changes, but also rigid enough to keep you focused. Don't be too optimistic either, but take it seriously. Actionable step number 3. Create a timeline with clear milestones and check your progress regularly and also adjust as necessary. This leads us on to SMART objectives. These are specific, measurable, achievable, relevant, and time-bound goals that can guide your freelance journey. Don't just say, I want to become a freelancer. That's a random goal and it's undefined. You want something almost tangible. So here's an example. I want to become a full-time freelancer earning at least $5,000 a month within 12 months while I'm working a full-time job. I'll do this by learning and working on evenings and maybe even weekends. Now that we've defined the overall goal, you need to obviously define what you will learn and what you will do. But this is how your goal should generally look like. Actionable step number 4. Avoid ambiguity and provide clarity for yourself with these SMART goals. Next thing to consider is, where do you see yourself in 3 years? It can actually be a tough question to ask with so much change happening today, but it's a relevant and necessary question. Why? Because it's a great motivator. There will be a lot of challenges, and with any goal worth achieving in life, it will by its nature not be easy to achieve. Think about anyone that you actually admire. A couple who's been married for 20 years, a business owner, 6-figure freelancer, an athlete, doesn't matter who it is. The chances are they would have had to make compromises and overcome challenges in their lifetime to get where they are. So having a form of end goal in mind can help you keep your eyes set on the prize when things get tough. Actionable step number 5. Write down where you'd like to be within 3 years, maybe even 10 years and beyond. This can at least provide some clarity and guidance when you need it. And finally, it's nice talking about what we have, but it won't work without the right skills and mindset. You can have all the skills, but without the right mindset, you won't go far. So what are the skills actually needed? This might look different for each person depending on their goals, but I mean, in a general sense, we could look at it like this. Learning how to make websites, learning digital marketing, learning how to do sales and dealing with clients, learning how to run a successful freelancing business or agency. And as for mindset, it could even be the realization that you need to be willing to fail in order to learn and grow. To be willing to step out of your comfort zone and face imposter syndrome head on. I want to encourage you that it can be done and you can do this. And final action step, identify the skills you need and change your mindset accordingly. As we wrap up this video, remember that the journey of a freelancer is a marathon and definitely not a sprint. There will be challenges, but with the right mindset and clear, actionable goals, you'll overcome what lies ahead and enjoy the view from the top of the mountain and help others along the way. That's it in this video. I hope you found it helpful. And if you are interested in becoming a freelancer, join my free freelancing community at freelancerxcommunity.com.